Good morning from Big Sky Country. Today I have a little helper. This is Mister. And he has been out in my shop a lot this week, so I thought I would include him in this video. Today I'm going to talk about my shipping terms, and I'm going to show you how I have it set up in Briicklink. I'm also going to show you how I set up the eco-friendly first class package so that if people just want to use less bags in their order, they can. That took me a little bit, but I got it figured out. So I'm going to take it over to the computer. My screen capturing software worked, I hope. We'll know when I edit it. I hope this helps you out. If you have any suggestions or comments, of course, as always, put them in the comments below.
Okay, as I've said many times, stores can set up things any way they want, and this is just the way that I have it set up. There's hundreds of different ways you can do this, but I've had quite a few people ask me how I have my shipping set up. So I'm going to come to my store and edit store, go to shipping, and you'll see that I have two instant checkouts. The first one is for the first class packages, and the other is for a padded envelope. Anything bigger than that will come across as a manual invoice to the buyer. And I did this on purpose because I was having issues with instruction manuals causing packages to go to a medium or large box for whatever reason. So I just changed it and nobody has complained, so it seems to be working for my store. But just to show you how I have my instant checkout set up for first class packages, we'll click on that. I don't have any notes to the buyer on it. You can put whatever you want in this box and I'll show you the manual invoice. I do have a note for that one. I have automated, so it's an instant checkout purchase. And then you can publish your shipping methods to be shared if you want, or import a shared method. For the rates, because I try to be as close to the actual cost as possible, it's up to 4 ounces is $3.86, from 4 to 8 is $4.15, and so on. This is just so I can keep them as close to the actual cost as possible. This is where you would do discounts if you want to give them a discount for an order total or an item price. You can give discounts on that. You can give discounts on shipping and handling fees. You can do the insurance and additional charges. All of this is defaulted because I don't use any of this. If you do have a handling fee, this is where you would add the handling fee, is right in here. This is the part that took me a while to kind of play with and figure out exactly how I wanted this set up. I think this is the part that kind of confuses people a little bit because I know it did me when I first started doing instant checkout. For me, anything that is under these max dimensions and is under 16 ounces will ship at a first class package. And then I added 1 ounce to the total to handle the packing materials. So even if their package weighed 2.3 ounces, it's going to add that 1 ounce for the packing material. So it'd be 3.3, which would still keep it under that 4 ounces. So it's going to be the lowest rate. But that just kind of helps offset that a little bit. I found that 1 ounce is about what it would be for the bags, the envelope, even the mailing label on it, and that sort of thing. Once you have all this information, you can go ahead and save it. So for the USPS priority padded envelope, I believe I just pulled this in when I went to add a shipping method. I chose from shared shipping methods and I found one that I could just adjust to what I wanted it to be. So I just pulled that in. So a lot of this was already set up before I even did anything to it. So it's just the basic information. Everything, like I said, was set up by somebody else. I went in and put what I wanted the padded envelope cost to be, and I added the dimensions and the max weight. And again, I added the base weight for the packaging. So I didn't do much on that, took somebody else's and just worked with it. For my manual invoice, so the manual invoice here is the one if they want to hold it open. I do have a note used for exact shipping or if they want the order to be held open, because people in Montana could get their shipping a lot cheaper if they did a manual invoice instead of doing the instant checkout, because the instant checkout is based on the max rate. And then I've also clicked to allow for a quote request as well. And there isn't as much that you need to fill out down here because a lot of this was just default that I've left in place. Like I said, it's very confusing, but if you just go in and kind of play with it, figure out what you're comfortable with, you can kind of go from there. I do want to go into this and create a new shipping method that would be the eco-friendly, where I use minimal bags instead of using the normal amount of bags that I use now. And I basically just want to copy this information, but then have a note that will say, if you'd like to use the eco-friendly, please click here. Okay, after much trial and error, I figured out how to do the eco-friendly version of my first class packages. And to do that, I will go to Add Shipping Method, copy one of my shipping methods. I'm going to copy this first class packages. And what I'm going to change is this part that I had added, that parts will be shipped in multiple bags, generally bagged by color or lot. And I'm going to change that to for an eco-friendly order, choose this option. We will use less bags to ship your parts. More parts in a larger bag or bags. I'm going to enable this so the buyer can see it. And then everything else is going to stay exactly the same as I have it for my regular method. I'm going to save those changes. I'm going to go back to shipping. And here I'm going to, oh, I forgot to change the name. The other thing I wanted to do is change the name as well and just put that it's the eco-friendly. Sorry. So, okay, now that I have the name changed, it now says that it's the eco-friendly. It says what it is. The other thing I need to change is I need to change this group to none. And these groups are what decides what size box they're going to go to. Everything that's in a group 1 kind of goes up in size. So if the package is outside the dimensions I have for the first class package, it's going to go to the padded envelope. If it's outside the padded envelope size, it's then going to do a manual invoice. And then these are the two options for the manual invoice. But because we're all in the same group, the buyer is only going to see one of these options depending on how many parts they are buying. Once I save that, when the buyer gets to the shipping section of my store, they are going to see that I now have the USP first class package, and it's going to have that note. I took this screenshot before I put in that note that talks about how I bag them normally. They'll have the option for the first class packages eco-friendly, or to do a manual invoice if they want exact shipping or if they want to hold the order open for 7 days. So, like I said, this is just a very brief glimpse of how shipping can be set up. It is a little bit confusing going into this the first time. Like I said, it took me several tries before I was finally able to get this eco-friendly to show up, because the first time I didn't have it enabled, and then the second time it was still in group 1, so it wasn't showing up. So I kind of had to play with it until I could get it right. If you have any additional questions about how I have something set up, go ahead and put it in the comment section and I will see if I can elaborate a little bit more. But like I said, this is just a really quick overview of how I do things. Every store has these set up a little bit differently, so you're going to see different shipping methods at each store. Like I said, it's one of the great things about Bricklink. Stores are able to do things in a way that works for them, and this is what works for me. And I'm interested to see how people are going to choose between the eco-friendly and the just regular first class packages. I'll be interested to see if people start choosing the one with less bags, and I will definitely keep you updated on that.
Thanks for taking the time to watch my video. If you enjoyed it or found it useful or interesting, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. If you really liked it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. There. Did you want to be part of the video too, Missy? Say hi, Missy. Say hi. Say, nope, I got other things to do, huh? Yeah.